Hello, this is Courtney with C. Clark Creative. Thanks for joining me for this Rustic Snowflake holiday card. I have been seeing some amazing things people have been doing with the Greetery's Create a Crate dies. So this is my stab at putting something together. I'm starting with ink blending 2 panels, doing the same blending for both panels. I'm using Distress Oxide inks in Broken China, Salty Ocean, Tumbled Glass, and just getting a variation of color across these 2 panels. I'm using Mini Ink Blending Tool, which I use for most of my ink blending. And my card panels today are just Neenah Solar White Classic Crest 80-pound cardstock. The dies I'm using today are from the Greetery. They are meant to make a 3D crate. Essentially, it has a panel that puts the wood grain and then a die cut edge that cuts the panel and puts the rivets in. So I'm just using these to make a wall paneled background. So I get these die cut, and then I'm taking another card panel and just putting a straight line horizontally on that card just to give me a place to start. I'm going to start from the middle, putting these panels on, and then move to the edges and then trim off the excess. So I'm using Distress Collage Medium and just placing these so that I have a random pattern. I trim off the edges and then use some of those edge pieces to fill in those last couple gaps, and then one last trim, and I'm ready. So I'm using to fill in the little rivet marks instead of trying to glue in all the circles that were die cut out. I'm just using Nouveau Vintage Drops in Worn Navy. That blue matches really well. For my snowflakes, I am taking another card panel and some Distress Oxide sprays, Hickory Smoke and Pumice Stone. So I'm just putting a light spritz on my craft mat and then pressing that card panel into that, not adding any water. So I'm not getting blended color on this panel, which I do not want, and I'm not putting a lot of color on this panel just because it's not a watercolor panel. The weight is not enough for a lot of water. The snowflakes I'm using today are from Spellbinders. They were the small die of the month set from November of 2019. And then I'm using Honeybee's Scallop Circles and a sentiment from the Catherine Pooler Holiday Mix stamp set. And I just picked a circle that fit around that sentiment, and then I embossed using stamping with Versamark ink. And then the embossing powder is Recollections Tinsel Embossing Powder in Marine. So I used double-sided adhesive to get the wood paneled background onto my A2 card base, and then some Scotch foam tape on the back of my scalloped sentiment just to pop it up. And then I'm going to get these snowflakes placed around and across the card. I'm just trimming some of these snowflakes to fit around the Scotch foam tape that I used to pop that sentiment circle up. I'm just overhanging some of these snowflakes, and then I just use my Tim Holtz shears, very big scissors, nice and sharp. They're perfect for trimming off overhanging bits on cards. And then just as a finishing touch, some Sheer Shimmer Craft Spray in Sparkle, just to give a little bit extra sparkle across the whole card. The variegated grays on the snowflakes. Thanks for joining me. Hope you're having a wonderful holiday season, and I'll see you again soon. Bye-bye.